Yo, Tim,
Hey,
happy
hey, hey.
Monday. How
What's
you
up?
doing?
What's up?
Have a good
Uh
weekend?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain.
Yeah.
My wife had a much better weekend, but hey, that's the way
Well,
it
there you
goes.
go. She should.
But
As
get
she
that
should.
map up there, man. It's
I
going
got it. It's
absolutely
Black
bonkers.
Star Wars out there, man. Star
Oh,
Wars. Look
yeah.
at that craziness right there.
And I haven't even checked in yet.
That is. I
I
know. That's
think
what we got to
I
do.
think
We got to
we have to start the show at 5 of so
fight.
that
Yeah,
we
I think
can
so. So we can be ready. I'll get it
yeah,
all built up because it is. It's crazy.
because we missed the 2-minute rush. As soon as that door opens at 8 o'clock, everybody's there, banging on that door.
Yeah. Well, what
So
I'm saying though, I'm telling you, if you're not on the browser, Tim, if you stay off the browser, and I'm telling you, it builds up. It's amazing. I love it. So let me check in. Here we go,
yeah,
Atlanta.
here
Come
I
on, a
go. I'm,
general.
I'm checking
Let's be
in
a
too.
general. There it is. That's a general. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Love it. Drink up, everybody. Enjoy. But yes, a
There
lot
goes.
of stuff.
Oh, that's Connecticut right
Oh,
there.
you got a general too.
Boom.
That's a general. Excellent.
I
Two
think I
generals.
got a captain. I don't
Oh,
think I
was that a
have a
captain?
or
Oh.
however that works.
Oh, good. But yeah, it's going off. Look at the West
But I
Coast.
did get some more. I did get some more local monsters for some friends around here.
Oh yeah.
Some exciting. Yeah, expanding the reach.
Oh, I love it. There you go. I know. I'm setting it up. I got it all locked in now. I'm doing an IRL event on Saturday, and
Nice.
we're gonna have some Georgia peeps. Right. We're gonna do some cool little thing. Like I said, who knows? Right. We're gonna just introduction to crypto. None of them
Ooh, that was a
are.
big one.
None of them know crypto, and we're gonna get into it. It's like I said. I like to enjoy that. Right. When people
Well,
finally see what's going on. Right.
the next one my group does is the first week of June.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll go in there guns blazing,
There you go.
showing them off the fireworks.
Oh yeah, they'll be impressed. This is impressive. Happy
Oh yeah.
Monster Monday, Decrypting Chaos. Yes, we're gonna get through it. It's gonna be good stuff because we want to jump right in. There's a lot of news, and we're gonna talk about. It's gonna be a great show because we're talking about AI agents, right? I know Tim uses some stuff like that in real estate. There are a lot of industries that are starting to implement AI agents, and we should all start kind of understanding what that is. And it's like an army. It's an army of them, right?
Yeah.
But that's actually too. There's another whole thing where you're using a multi agents. It's pretty cool. But let's go Apex. That's what I'm talking about. Brother. Good to see you, man. Happy Monday, man, to you and Decrypting Chaos. So many crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah.
I even got you guys' tweets, man, because I'm catching up with it too. I mean, I see it obviously with all the GameStop stuff, but I got tweets from y'all because I was listening this morning what y'all were talking about, what y'all were tweeting. So yeah, we're gonna follow up with so many things you guys were talking about. Great big day today. Monster Monday to all. Hit me with that wise guy wisdom. Yes, Night Owl. Appreciate you. Yes. I got your tweet too, Night Owl, because I've seen some cool graphics by Comfy, right? What's up, Corey? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you joining us. There you go. Ariel, we are here to stay. Yes, we are, Ariel. We ain't going nowhere. Chat GPT update is. I'm gonna talk about that too. Apex. That's what I'm talking about. You dropping the bombs right now. But it is insane. I was using it too, bro, and it is super fast. And I got another like a tweet thread talking about all the cool updates that ChatGPT just had today. It's been a while since they had their little update, right? May the fireworks be with you. Yes, Red XP. May they be with you as well. Yes, thank you, brother. Good to see you, man. And Ariel, yes, thank you, Ariel. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, because we talk about all kinds of awesome things here. But it's actually your headquarters. All things constant. And yeah, get a lot of stuff. Got a lot of things happening. And you need to hear about this amazing ecosystem. But yeah, we talk about news, all kinds of other cool things. But we're love AI too. A lot of people don't understand AI is very, very intertwined with crypto, Tim. It is
Yeah.
really, right?
The name of our app is Opus AI, so you gotta think that some things are happening.
It is, but I'm gonna talk about too how AI you can do automatic airdrop AIs.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's crazy when you get. They're gonna be doing work for us. They're gonna do work, right? Starting the week with wise guys doesn't get it. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. And Night Out, Roaring Kitty. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Y'all are dropping it. I don't even get to say nothing yet, right? But no, it's awesome. You guys are on it. That's what I'm saying. Our community is the best. Everybody knows. We're in the know. We know stuff. But yes, thank you. It is about to go crazy. He's sitting up, Night Owl. Sitting up. Let's go. Monster Monday. Monster Monday. Yes, thank you, there, George. Good to see you. Mobsters and Crypto Fam. Drink up. And it was crazy, Fire Firkin just now. But yes, thank you, George. Appreciate you. Explain Monster My City NFT project to me. Perfect. Oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. You talking about right now, me, Apex, or what are we talking about? Right?
I think that's his AI prompt.
There you go. That's his AI prompt. Monday night monster time with the Web3 Wise Guys. Yes, Jason. Good to see you, brother. And I appreciate your artwork, man. Good artwork. I'm gonna show it off. Michelle, GM Mob.
More
GM,
out of Atlanta.
Yeah, there you go. Atlanta's going, man. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you. Ariel, check in. Yes, you got to go through that. You got to go through the Opus AI, right? Don't miss your Fire Firks. Don't miss your connectivity. Don't miss getting the kilowatts, the power, right? You might as well go through there. You got all kinds of stuff going on, right? Also, give me the 411 on the connectivity. There's a lot, right? We've been connecting it, right? We've been getting it. You're seeing it literally here. Airdrops of GMs going across this whole board, right? Every time that somebody checks in, right? And that's there's a lot of different ways. You could scan a QR code. We have these Opus AI links, and when you click these links, you're actually having this board, this game board, this virtual map, right? It explodes out 100 GMs from whoever checks in, wherever you're checking in, right? Let me bring it straight up so I can see. Let me get it going. Let me get it there. Bring it straight up, right? So let's just say let's look at Austin. There you go, Austin, right? So you see all these. Let me zoom out. See over here, this key map, check-ins, green. Everything that's green, check-ins, and you can see some places hot, right? Got 26, 24. Right? That means anybody, right? Wherever you are. So say you live over here where there's 4, but you're over here visiting. So it checks in both places. If you're checking in maybe on Monday, over here you're on Thursdays, right? You're checking in and it's counting it in that area. So when you check in, it's showing you exactly every time you scan that QR code or hit that link, right? And these GMs are exploding from all of these beacons and these check-in spots, right? And when it does, there are 100, we call them Fire Firks or connectivity, that are exploding, and each of these monsters, which are these monster beacons, right? And they're done by these icons, right? You can click on them, and every time that they do it, these monsters are collecting the GMs. You see this? 1,071 right there, right? It's collecting it. This is, and what's cool is you can go to OpenSea, you can go to Magic Eden, you go any of these places, and you can see those traits. You can see those the traits change as these GMs are collected, right? That is one of the traits, GMs, right? The other cool thing, amazing part of this whole ecosystem, and specifically these NFTs, these monsters are dynamic, right? You get to dress these things. You get to put a hat on, you get to put the glasses, you get the necklace, his suit. There are so many traits that you go to the labs and you can dress them, right? I'm gonna log in right now. But that's literally what's going on now. Like I said, this is an amazing game. And look, they're turning blue because they just got GMs. I just missed it, right? But if I could catch one, when a person checks in, it shoots out GMs, and the monsters around it, the closest 100 monsters around that check-in spot, collect those GMs. It's pretty amazing, And like I said, oh, there goes one, right? Now that's a general. And watch, you're going to see 2 going to go right here into Dallas because there's 2 generals right there. 2 generals, right? So there's a lot of cool moving parts, and we're just getting started because this is pre-alpha. Enjoy the journey.
Oh yeah.
So there you go, right? Good evening. Thanks for all the info, Wise Guys. Yes, M2 numbers. Thank you. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you. Kicking Monday off strong. There you go, Carson. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Good to see you, man. Good evening, Wise Guys. Floor, good evening to you. I mean, good to see you. Good evening. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for checking in here, right? Ella, Sue, thank you for joining us. Yes, Wise Guys. Great way to start the week. And there you go. Christopher, bro, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. On Twitter, that's what I'm talking about. There you go. Because that's what we do. We stream on Twitter. We do all kinds of different things on YouTube, Twitch. Isn't it Twitch right there? Yeah.
Yep, Twitch.
Yep. How you guys doing? Have guys take a look at AKT? I don't know. We'll take a look. Is that the ticker? Inspiration point. That's all good. No worries. GM, good to see you, Steven. Thank you for joining us, brother. You know what I just got. What you just get? Let me know. Let me know. There you go. Scott, nice choice of I did just for you, Scott. I did. Showing love, man. Showing love. It was cool to hear when Apex had ChatGPT explain connectivity and the game. Did I miss something? When did you do that, Apex? What's going on?
that was his prompt.
That was his prompt. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. ChatGPT.
He ran it today.
There you go. How I send a pic? You're on Twitter. Not sure. You are we connected, Christopher? Not sure, brother. I don't think you can upload pics here, can you?
No.
So I don't know, man. Wise guys, good to see you, Kren Beast. That's what I'm talking about, brother.
What's up, Kren?
He did it. Oh, he did it in Telegram.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There
Just
you
this
go.
afternoon.
That's nice. There you go. All good. But without any further ado, we're going to jump into news, right? Thanks for, again, everybody watching. We're going to go through and kind of check in with the chat. You got questions, drop them in here, right? But this is Bitcoin ETF Bonanza. Did you know that they have identified the largest holder of BlackRock and ARK funds? That's crazy, Tim. It's good stuff, man. But
huge.
I passed it, right? It's called Bracebridge Capital. It's crazy. They have quite a bit, man. It ain't no joke. They went wild, basically, right? That's what he's saying. Pointing to the firm's $363 million in Bitcoin exposure across 3 different ETFs. So they got 81 million in BlackRock, 20 million Grayscale, and then big one with ARK Invest 21 shares with Kathy Woods, right?
Yeah.
262 million. So again, cool. Starting to see, some of this being identified, who's who. But another thing I think it was happening over the weekend is you see, and it was a little bit, very small, minute, but Wells Fargo and JP Morgan Chase. Did you see that, Tim? Yeah.
Yep.
The guy, Mr. Ponzi scheme. Yeah.
Yep.
So he is investing in Ponzi schemes. Okay. Wow. That's something. There you go. It's kind of wild. I don't know.
Do as I say, not as I do.
It is. Look away.
Yeah.
If you work for JP Morgan Chase, you can't have Bitcoin, right? It is quite what a guy, man. I wish I could say some stuff, but that's all good. No worries. Let me see. Oldie tattoos and it's all good. Let me see. All right. Now another thing, the senators are questioning Justice Department pursuit of crypto mixers. Now again, understanding what they're trying to do, right? And you can see both ways, but you can see where this gets a little into the gray area, right? But it's a bipartisan thing that there's a pair of U.S. senators that are questioning Attorney General Merrick Garland, right, about this unprecedented interpretation, right? And that's the weird thing. That's why you always need the courts, and the Supreme Court gets into things and they identify and get all these terms. But the big problem is what they're saying, what they're doing with this Samurai wallet and Tornado Cash is really not very cool, because they're not in custody of the money, right? As you know, when they're going through these systems, it is just smart contracts, right? It's not like these firm or these projects are in custody of the cryptocurrency or the money, right? So that's kind of where all of this goes, because when you start going down this road, now you're talking about how do you not sue everybody, right? Because it's not people or companies or individuals behind these things. It's literally technology. It's smart contracts, right? So that's what they're talking about. What they're saying is, I'm concerned that DOJ's interpretation would treat software developers as criminals for merely writing and publishing code used by others. It's a dangerous precedent that contradicts decades of settled law and raises serious First Amendment concerns. It is a problem, right? Because that's the deal. And I get it. Like I said, I get what the other side is, because you can absolutely launder money through this way, right? I get that. But there's got to be a better way. You can't just go willy-nilly changing what has been law and kind of the way it's been settled for many years, right? So just saying, that's what's going on, right? So even too, it's talking about wallets. Wallet software is no more to blame for illicit finance than a highway is responsible for bank robbers' getaway car. And that's what I'm saying. You're going to get it twisted. When you start going down this road, then you're talking about people who have created the wallets, who have done anything with DAOs, all of these kind of things. Now, the whole thing is just a train wreck because they over-regulated, right? So just saying, this is what's going on. But two bipartisan senators, Senator Wyden and Senator Loomis, Wyoming and Oregon, Democrat and Republican, right? That's good. We need to see more of that kind of stuff. So there you go. But without any further ado, I was talking about these guys today, right? There's Austin. We are so back, right? So I was listening to the Morning Alpha, and I was hearing them, talking about all this stuff. And this is what he's talking about. This is Roaring Kitty, right? And we're gonna talk about this a little more. I got a cool video, a little deep, right? A little deep, but it talks about way back with the GameStop thing, Tim.
Right.
A lot of nefarious things have been happening, right? All way back then, even, right? But this is big deals. What he's saying is this Roaring Kitty. He hasn't tweeted for like 2.5 years, I think, something like that, right? And I'm getting into the news article, but Austin tweeted this, so I'm not jumping on their thunder. I'm showing them who it is. And here's Night Owl talking about Roaring Kitty, right? And love the graphics, right? Shout out to Comfy. I know that's Comfy. There you go.
That's Thor's hammer.
Thor's hammer got the helmet, and even the little bee. The little bee got a little helmet, right? So love it. Good stuff. Great graphics. And there's a good old Apex, right? He's talking about the Roaring Kitty, right? He got it. And Diamond Hands right down there, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So it's been going all throughout the X, Twitter space, all over, right? So just wanted to give a little, like I said, shout out to the peeps in our community. Been all over it all day, man. Been talking about it. It's big news. But this is it, right? Roaring Kitty returns on X. And dude, the meme coins have been going bonkers. Coins have been going bonkers, especially the cat ones, right? Where you just saw Apex have the little cat head. So, this is all from this guy. His name is Keith Gill, right? He hasn't tweeted in a long time, since 2021. And there you go. He just popped back up, and that was the image that we were just seeing everybody retweet. So, this is what it's doing. It's popping things off, right? Look at all these things just going on just from this one fella, right?
Wow.
Crazy. That's kind of what a narrative is all about, man. So I've been talking about who is Roaring Kitty, right? But this is back in the day, right? The stock rose. This is GameStop from $4 to $120 in a month, right? In a month, and it brought down a hedge fund, right? This started the whole craziness, a little bit with the memes, but this whole thing of people finally realizing that the power that you hold, right? If you just unite, this was $20 to $50 buys through Robinhood, everybody. Mm-hmm. This is all they were doing. This is a group of regular people, $20 to $50 buys. Now, there were some other people that started hopping in, right? But it was really, it was 1.5 million, 2 million people, something like that.
Yeah.
Right? All getting together, big group, and putting $20 to $50 together. And they brought down a hedge fund, right? Crazy stuff. And again, led by, this Gill fella, right? Good on him. Good on him. So let me jump a little forward. Another thing where they laugh at crypto, right? They joke and talk about crypto and all its craziness, right? Wall Street closed, halted 9 times today. GameStop. In 9 times, it halted trading for GameStop and AMC. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy. Because I'm going to tell you, we're going to listen to this guy, and I do want to go down the conspiracy hole a little bit. I want to listen to it. I want you all to hear and listen to the evidence my man has. The world is very manipulated. I'm not telling you anything crazy. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but I'm going to let you listen to this guy. And GameStop narrative is lies. It's all lies, right? So let's take a look. If you can, I don't know, just pause that real quick.
Yep,
if you don't mind.
I got it.
Let me mute.
Through their teeth like their life depends on it. That's because Roaring Kitty just came back and GameStop broke the internet. And then this morning, it broke the stock market. And it turns out that GameStop investors are everywhere. So I'm going to catch you up on everything they've been hiding from you for 3 years that we dug up. First and foremost, we learned that all mainstream media is just the propaganda arm of the big money trying to short this company. Just a small collection of articles regurgitating that you need to forget GameStop. Surprise! And today, the lies have already started. They are trying to smear Keith Gill as though he drove the meme stock mania. We'll talk about this whole meme stock word in a second. But first, let's remember, no, he didn't drive anything. Short sellers drove the meme stock mania of 2021 by borrowing and short selling more than double the number of shares that even exist all at the same time. Most short squeezes happen between 10 and 20% short interest, meaning 20% of all the shares that exist have been borrowed and short sold. Well, we're at 27% short interest on GameStop right now today, and that's after they've learned to hide all their giant short positions. This is just everyone that didn't get the memo that you're not supposed to report that shit correctly anymore. Allegedly, obviously. Because back in 2021, they had 226% short interest going into that squeeze. And then in the official SEC report, they showed that short sellers never really bought the stock. Red bars show short sellers buying. No, what they actually did is they committed crime in front of all of us, turned off the buy button, shuffled a bunch of things around, never bought back in because they couldn't have afforded to cover those positions. We're talking at least hundreds of billions of dollars worth of losses. Had that all played out according to actual market mechanics. And then they colluded behind the scenes about turning off payment for order flow brokers like Robinhood, allegedly. But now let's talk about this term meme stocks, right? You know, the word they invented to describe all these stocks that act really weird, obviously all because of you buying because of social media. You and your $20 totally moves markets. And then they use that term meme stock to sort of precondition your mind when they're reporting on it to think of them as some special type of stock. And then they lie to you by telling you things like have been in a persistent and largely uninterrupted decline. Yeah, persistent and largely uninterrupted, except for that day and that day and that day and that day. See, what this term meme stock refers to is a basket of highly manipulated stocks that are all tied together through very complex financial things behind the scenes that for a long time the GameStop community was only speculating about until out of nowhere one day, this firm called Archegos, run by Bill Hwang, just blew the fuck up. Basically imploded overnight on billions and billions of dollars worth of trades. And when we started to analyze why he blew up, it's because he was trading all kinds of meme stocks and other investments in swap baskets back and forth using all these super complex derivatives to hide the value of his true positions. So the counterparties he was trading with didn't know how much risk he had open, and the SEC didn't know what the hell was going on. And you got to remember, markets take, like, these trades take a long time to move. Like, a lot of these things are 1-year contracts, multi-year contracts. And so, you know, the GameStop play was never going to be short. And when Bill Hwang blew up, it took a whole year before his counterparty, Credit Suisse, had to pay the bill. And they couldn't. So Credit Suisse blew up. They are no more. UBS was forced to take on Credit Suisse. I don't think they wanted to. Now UBS needs a bailout. This is from what? April of 2024? Yeah. Keep UBS in your prayers. They're going to need it. And they don't just hide these things with swaps. They also short ETFs and do all sorts of shady ETF stuff. Like, ETFs are where you put a basket of stocks into a fund and then you can buy a piece of the fund. And somehow this one is the one that contains a lot of GameStop shares. It just happens to be at like 600% short interest back in 2021. Probably just a coincidence. All the while, for like the last 3 years, you can see how many retail investors are buying and selling any given stock on a platform like Fidelity because they publish those numbers. This is 1 day per bar. Green is the percent that are buying, and red is the percent that are selling of regular people like you and me. This is just an average month over the last 3 years. July, it's like 80% buying every single day. But during this time, the stock price went down from what? $210 or so down to $160 or so. Because, you know, when everyone's buying, that's when stock prices go down. Except if meme stocks were being crazy because of our trades making the market fluctuate like crazy, then when we're all buying, wouldn't that make the price go up? I mean, it's almost like there are some actors out there in the markets that have massive amounts of capital and the ability to manipulate prices through various nefarious means that can make it so that the prices of these meme stocks don't actually do what retail buying pressure implies they would do. I mean, if 2021 actually was just what it was and all the shorts covered and closed and they were all gone and it went all back to normal, why has the stock acted like a meme stock ever since? I mean, this is just my opinion and this is just speculation based on like some evidence, but I mean, probably because the shorts never closed because they couldn't afford to. And when you have a highly shorted stock manipulated by all kinds of crazy swaps and baskets and ETF, all this crazy shit, you get all kinds of bizarre volatility that makes no rational sense if you look at it through fundamental regular market mechanics. And that's why we have this term meme stock, to make it so you don't think too hard about why are these stocks doing this. And now you've got people like Andrew Tate YOLOing millions of dollars, although to be fair, most of us never left because we didn't break Wall Street with all these fancy algorithms or intelligent whatever. Like, we broke Wall Street by realizing that all we need to do is buy and hold and ignore their media manipulation shillery bullshit. They have no answer to that because the shorts never closed. And someday they have to. And the higher the price goes, the more they have to pay every day to keep those short sales open. Whoopsies. And to be clear, this is not me telling you to buy anything. This is not financial advice at all. This is just me educating you about the history of what's been happening in the stock market. I mean, I'm not selling my shares anyway. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to watch motherfuckers go to jail. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Ian, that's great, but it just kind of sounds like an out there conspiracy theory. Like, people aren't actually manipulating the markets like that. That would be illegal, right? Yes, you are correct. That would be illegal.
You really got to control the market. You can't let it lift. When you get a research in motion, it's really important to use a lot of your firepower to knock that down. Now, you can't foment. That's a violation of foment. Yeah, you can't foment. You can't create yourself an impression that a stock's down. But you do it anyway because the SEC doesn't understand it. So that's the only sense that I would say this is illegal. But a hedge fund that's not up a lot really has to do a lot.
So now
he said, but you do it anyway.
You do it anyway because the SEC just doesn't understand.
He said it doesn't matter, right? And the thing of the story, just like we always talk about over here, man. Hold, like William Wallace, man. You just got to hold. That's all you got to do, right? Forget all the noise that these clowns, because it's crazy.
I love the word shillery that he made up in there. He calls all this shillery that they're doing.
It's crazy, man.
It's hilarious.
It's so manipulating, crazy. And look, we all know, man, the House of Cards is not doing very well, man. And that's all we got to do over in this area, right? That's why we all are here. We kind of see it, the writing on the wall. And yes, it's good. It's good. All of this stuff needs to be a very thorough cleansing, right? And hopefully, like I said, we'll be seeing some of that. Like you said too. You watch some of these banks, man. They're not. They're not so good, bro. Not so good. But yeah, I thought that was good. Wise guys. There you go, Austin. Good to see you. Look, and Steven, he said, invite that dude to the bar. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yes, hilarious manipulation. It is. It's crazy stuff. Inspiration point. Hopefully, they ain't gonna think twice. I mean, they still do it. That's why we were making fun of JP Morgan. Sure. I mean, my guy is he's in there. He just announced it this weekend, and he's talking about it being a Ponzi scheme, clown show. I mean, that's exactly what he just said was illegal, right? Loving this show. Thank you.
Well, his company doesn't get fined $350 million a year because he likes to,
he's doing well.
play by the rules.
He playing by the rules, yes, and it's absolutely why decentralization is so important. No more manipulate it. It sucks, and that's the point of this whole thing, right? That's why it is. We've been saying it kind of from the beginning anyway. This is a battle. It's not going to be easy. This isn't some going to be skipping through the daisies as we will mess around with Austin. It isn't. This is a real deal, man. But the great thing is they're on their last breath. It's pretty bad, right? It's getting pretty bad because they only have a couple of moves right now. It's either they can turn on the printing presses, which that's probably the way they're going to go.
Yep.
Or yeah, the other way. And it's not, neither way is really good. But the printing presses, I think, would be the easier way, right? I don't know. We'll see. It's crazy, bro. We live in crazy times, Tim. But this is what we were kind of talking about through the chat as well, right? Absolutely, Sabina. Decentralized. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're all about. That's what we got this cool ecosystem, right? Cool stuff. But yeah, Apex was talking about it. A couple people already. Pretty cool, man. OpenAI shows off its voice chat, and I'm not going to go too much through the article because I have a cool little thread that has a lot of great videos showing you what it's capable of now. This new model is pretty cool, man. And like I said, very, very fast, man. I was kind of shocked how fast it is, right? So GPT 4.0, right? 4.0 Omni model. And that's what this new one had just launched out today. So yeah, let me jump over to the thread because it has all this stuff in there. Like I said, very interesting. So this guy, and I don't need to really explain it to you, but he's just taking a picture of this building, right? And watch what OpenAI, ChatGPT is doing here. Let me mute myself again.
In residence at the moment.
Yes, it looks like the king is in residence right now. The royal standard flag is flying above Buckingham Palace, which is the signal that the monarch is present. How exciting to be there while the king is home.
Try and tell me exactly what they're doing right now, please.
Right now the ducks are gently gliding across the water. They're moving in a fairly relaxed manner, not in a hurry. Occasionally, one of them will dip its head under the water, probably looking for food, and then pop back up.
I even know when a taxi is coming with its orange light on. I think I'll hail it to get home.
Yes, I spotted one just now. It's heading your way on the left side of the road. Get ready to wave it down.
Yeah.
Just crazy how aware, right? It's just doing it through a camera, man.
And a lot of emotion.
That's right.
It doesn't sound robotic at all.
No.
She was like, "Oh yeah, the ducks are swimming.
Nope.
I'm
Yeah.
bobbing under the water."
Yeah.
It
Oh,
sounded
how
legit.
amazing you get to be home when the king is there,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, isn't it exciting when the king is home?
It is. And like I said too, there's a lot more. I'm not going to go line by line, but this is another amazing one teaching, a student real time math, complicated things, man.
Mhm.
I have another one where he's just writing a little equation down, and it's walking them through it every little step of the way. This is wild. That's what I'm saying. Going forward, wow, for with education, tutors, all of this kind of stuff, pretty cool, right? So yeah, this is all from, like I said, this launch today. Just to even here, I'll do it real quick, but the translations, right?
Yeah.
That's all. It's not going to be an issue anymore. Crazy, man. How the whole world is going to be able to communicate in real time. So let me just see.
Mike, you want to try this one?
Sure.
with
Yeah,
it?
let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
I speak
so-
Italian, so we can
okay,
just do
cool.
English
Let's
Italian.
try to do English Italian. Sure, let's do it. Hey, ChatGPT, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your
Cool.
day going?
I'm doing great. So I would like you to function as a translator. I have a friend here who only speaks Italian, and I only speak English. And every time you hear English, I want you to translate it to Italian. And if you hear Italian, I want you to translate it back to English. Is that good?
Perfetto.
Mark, io mi chiedo se le balene potessero parlare, cosa ci direbbero?
Mike, she wonders if whales could talk, what would they tell us?
They might ask, how do we solve linear equations?
Potrebbero chiederci come risolviamo le equazioni.
Very cool, right?
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, man. So like real time, and like you said, just not definitely robotic at all. Good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Exciting times, bro. Decentralization generation, degens. We are there. We are degens. Let them keep. That's what it's all about. Right on, my crypto adventures. Buenas noches, Moresha. Guess what? Soros is getting old, and it's right. and all disgusting friend and for literally dinosaur. They are. That's what they are, getting a little old, and that's the old system. And there's quite a few of them. And
Yeah.
it's not just the left thing, right? Is the left is a whole kind of whatever, a cabal, we'll call them, right? It's time, right? And that's, like I said, that's what's amazing about this whole kind of a system that we all been kind of helping and working in, right? Very cool. It's why it was important to be early. And anybody kind of just joining us now, you are still early. It is still early because all of this stuff is just starting to be put together now, right? Everybody was building all their little separate pieces, right? With blockchain, AI, you got all these different pieces, decentralized finance, and now you're starting to see pieces being put together and entire ecosystems spinning up, and it's incredible, right? And then, like I said, that's why I won't spend too much time on here because I want to get to this AI stuff. I know we're in it now, but I want to talk about AI agents because it's pretty amazing the times that we're living because this stuff is going to be integrated into pretty much everything. And I'm using a new kind of little tool right now, right? And it's going to keep us all so we can see what's going on. It's called a little mind map, and this is kind of how we're going to go through it now. I'll be doing anytime and we doing little presentations. I'm going to have all this stuff out so you can see what we're going to talk about and kind of go through, the presentation with us, and just how you can kind of pop questions too. What's going to go on, right? But some people don't even know what an AI agent is, right? And that's what I'm going to talk about. What are AI agents, right? It's rapidly evolving, and it's getting super fast. You just saw super amazing. Seems very human, and it's pretty exciting. Fundamentally, an AI agent is a computer program capable of performing tasks autonomously by making decisions based on its environment, inputs, and predefined goals. These agents represent a leap from traditional automation, as they are not just designed to follow a set of instructions, but to think, right? I used to, and I know you probably have too, Tim, chatbots, right? I built
Sure.
websites before, put in chatbots, but those are canned responses. It was so much of a tedious, horrible task to figure out questions that people were going to come to my website, and I had to put in all of these canned responses. That is not anything close to what we're talking about now, right? These things are autonomous. These things do think, and they can come up with really pretty good answers, right? Then it gets a little deeper. We're going to get into where some of them are talking to each other, right? So now some of these agents are also talking to other agents, and some of these agents are talking to other agents, and now you can kind of do some big progress, big type projects, all through just one, prompt. I've been working with one. I have an AI agent where I can just say, "Hey, I'd like a video about, let's just say Web3. Make it 3 minutes, and let me kind of edit it before you actually finish. But it'll do the whole thing, the whole video, the animations. That'll give the closed caption, does the whole thing, right? That is crazy, right? From just like I said, 3-4 years ago for me, that would have took me a week, right? A week to do. And I did it, and within 30 minutes, I have a full-blown video. And again, that's just a very basic thing. I'm talking that's basic stuff, but it's really cool because these things are now communicating to each other, and they can do complex things, and they are actually thinking through the problem, and that's wild. It's going to get only a little more wild, right? But in 2000, we stopped going into bank branches. This is what I'm just saying, just what we think. Well, we think there's no way this is going to happen, right? But we stopped going into bank branches and started banking online. We talk about this all the time, but with credit cards. Oh, no one's using credit cards. It was going to steal all my information. Now, in 10 years' time, that's all we do is manage our finances online. We buy things on Amazon. We do all of these things that we thought were impossible just back in 2000 or in the late 90s, right? It's crazy. So the tools that we're talking about today are going to look archaic, and it's going to look like nothing we even can kind of imagine, right? It's going to be sound far-fetched, but agents are already here. A liquidation bot is an agent, okay? An arbitrage bot is an agent, okay? The person who created these things, they can go just sit on the couch kicking back and letting this bot do the quick trades and arbitrage, right? These cryptocurrencies in the background while you're just sitting back, drinking a coffee, making money, right? The financial things going forward as you're using this technology is leaps and bounds way, way more than you could ever think, right? I know people get a little worried about, like I said, the AIs and job losses and all this, but it's going to fully handle most of your financial things, okay? And I'm being serious. It's crazy, but that is what's going to happen, right? I don't know. I'm not going to go into APIs and all this stuff, but I want to get down to here. So because we're talking about crypto. Oh, here I got it. Past it. I had it highlighted. But think about this. And I do airdrops. I mess around with airdrops sometimes, okay? But the airdrop hunter who is spending all day finding these amazing, promising projects, right? Which seem like they might do an airdrop. You don't know. Some announce it, but you really don't know some of these airdrops. But then after it finds some of these ones that are doing the airdrops, guess which actions might be rewarded. It's going to tell you and kind of figure it out which ones are going to be rewarded. Interacting with the protocol, making a trade on MetaMask, right, instead of on Uniswap. Which ones are really going to get you that airdrop? Guess what? In the near future, an agent will do all that, right?
Yep.
This is what we're talking about, the financial stuff. You're going to just kind of point it in directions and say, hey, yeah, I'm in the airdrops and do all this mining or whatever it is, and the agents are going to do this. Another one, a meme hunter who is following some internal algo for finding meme coins with the sign of some cultish community, right? And that's what it's looking for. Then it's going to buy it, then sell it when the interest seems to be waning, right? An agent can do all of that stuff, right? It's like I said, it's very cool. Let me see here too. I'm just looking at inspiration point. I think he's talking about a token. Computing hardware will be ultra demand and probably out of stock. That's why I have to talk about, okay, it's a token, AKT. It's all about sharing computing services in cloud like GPUs. Right on. Absolutely. There's quite a bit, all that DPIN stuff, amazing thing. Ecosystem, right? But more importantly, here's something to consider, right? And this is just giving you a real kind of real world example of how it's going to kind of simplify the basics of finance. So here's you, and you have 100,000 USDC, right? Get me the best low risk yield you can find. I need instant access to it, and so don't lock it up for more than a week, right? Agent says no problem. I recommend initial distribution of 50% in Aave, 20% in Athena, 20% in X, and 10% in Y. I will monitor rates and watch for changes in their risk levels, rebalancing as necessary. And all you'd put is, sounds good. Make it so, like Captain Picard, right? Yeah. Make it so. That's amazing, right? And again, as I say, I love and get all geeky talking about this because everybody is all upset of what AI is going to do with taking jobs, but it's going to do other things where it's going to make your life a lot easier, a lot better, handle your finances that most of us, we don't know how to do, right? Like, what did you say about financial advisors, Tim? I think you told me there's something, only a certain amount of people have financial advisors, right?
Oh yeah, no, 76% of people do not have a registered financial advisor. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, a very low percentage of people that talk to somebody that's certified to do that. Otherwise, everybody's doing their own homework.
Yes.
And winging it on their own. And this kind of stuff, these agents are going to be a great great thing. And it's always great to financial advisors, nothing against them. I got two brothers that are financial advisors. But you got to make an appointment. You got to have all your stuff ready. You got to do,
right.
We're constantly scrolling, at the end of the day and ask. And if you could just ask a question like, hey, I think I want to go into crypto. Find me, the top 10 things that deal with, X or Y, and they'll go out and find it for you, and tell me all about what this GameStop thing is. And they'll just, spit back the top 3 articles on what you're doing and what's going on. So it's going to be great for people because you get to deal with it on your terms.
Right. Yep. Good stuff, man. And then, like I said, this is just some of the industries that there are being transformed by this. And I'm going to skip down because, like a lot of stuff, we talked about this already. It's not just, like I said, AI and healthcare, right? We used to just talk about blockchain and what medical records and all this stuff. But now, I've been reached out, and I don't even know if it's a real project, right? But especially on Twitter, I get all kinds of stuff sent to me. And there's this one where it is an AI that would kind of you do a little visit with it with your face, and you speak to it, and it's doing a little health checkup with you, man. I mean, that's crazy, right? Not saying I would go and listen exactly to what it's saying right yet. I'll let it work on itself, right? Get it going. But this is the kind of stuff we're talking about, right? And we just talked about AI in finance, AI in retail, manufacturing, transportation. I mean, huge, man, huge, right? I mean, that's literally what Tesla and Elon Musk and all them been working on, and it's not for automated cars, right? We talk about with the trucking and the shipping and all that stuff across this way. It's a huge thing where you see Amazon with their drones. This is all where I'm going to get into the end, and I'm not going to jump there, but this is what I'm talking about with this multi-agent system. We're going to get into that, but that's how this is huge, right? These things are all going to communicate to each other, maybe like Skynet. I don't know, right? Who knows? But I'm just making jokes. But also in education, personalized learning, because everybody's not the same, man, and that's going to be another leap forward. That's going to be so incredible, because it isn't. That I think that we've lacked for a long time, where everybody had cookie cutter stuff with kids, and they're not the same. Some kids are more creative. Some kids think more logically, and that's across the board. People,
visual learners, auditory learners, all this kind of stuff. AI is going to be able to pick up on that. And there's cue words that they say, oh, show me this, and then they're going to use it in pictures, or they're going to say, please explain to me so I can understand this better. They're going to, I have to put it into words so that they can visualize it themselves.
Right.
And AI would be able to pick up on all that stuff, and then kids can learn at their own pace. And it'll just be amazing that every student gets personalized attention.
Right.
So it's going to be great for kids learning.
And they'll explode, man, in all kinds of different talents and skills, and it's great. So we'll see. That's true. I'm a full-time trader. It is super hard being. It's hard to keep up with all of that stuff, right? Inspiration Point. It's when you can have this stuff, feeding all the data and then feeding that data to your bots that are doing things. I mean, that's a game changer, right? Another thing that's kind of cool, and I was looking for the video because I seen it. I mean, I know that they're working on it or whatever it was, but in agriculture with farming and all this stuff like this, there was one where I saw, because pesticides, I hate it. I know that's helpful, right? But pesticides and what they do with all this kind of stuff, probably not the best for our bodies and our health, right? But what this thing was it was on the back of, I don't know what it was, a big old machine, right? But the AI was lasering, like identifying the field as it was going, and farming, whatever it was doing, right? But it was identifying the whole thing with all these lasers across the stuff, and it was pinpointing the good bugs and the bad bugs, right?
Yeah.
It was understanding which ones are good for the plants, which ones are bad, and as the thing rolled over it, it was zapping them, bing, 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 bing. It was killing all the bad bugs with lasers, right? Crazy.
And they do it for the weeds too that are growing up next to them.
There you go, in the weeds.
They can recognize the crop versus a little sprig coming up on the side. Gone.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. It's like I said, there's a lot going on, and this is why we talk about it. Sometimes we'll be talking about whatever AI, and people don't realize how like I said, how it's really related to crypto. It is incredibly related to crypto AI. I've already did the deep dive. I love everything, like I said, trying to learn what you can do, what's possible, what's coming, all that kind of stuff. So another thing, but you have to be aware of, is a bias in AI. We already saw that by the Bard. Wasn't that the Google Bard, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, or Gemini. Was it Bard, or I don't know. But it had a problem with white people, right?
Right. Well, they weren't there. Everybody was, some different ethnicity.
Ethnicity, yes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It did.
And
It couldn't make white people. It wouldn't make them.
yeah, I mean, I think they had George Washington was black, and it was like, what are you
Right.
doing?
Or he was Asian, one of the two. I think it was something
Yeah,
like that.
you know, he was not the white George Washington that we've heard about.
That the one we all know, the historic one.
Yeah,
The historic one, yes. But that is an amazing, a point of why that's huge. You can't have a biased type of AI where it's changing history. You're not getting real truth, all of this kind of stuff, and it's all because who's programming it in the back, right, has some lean this way. That's why it is important. We've talked about that. I think it was either Friday or Thursday of how decentralized AI and these things being built on blockchain is so important because they're going to end up starting policing each other, right?
right.
And that's a great idea of what that guy was talking about, because it would boot him off of his own blockchain, right? It would unlink him from his blockchain, and now he has nothing. But either or, that's one thing that maybe hopefully could solve some of this stuff with this bias, right? But I'm not going to get into how it creeps in. We obviously know. Also, too, the information it processes, right? Because we're the ones feeding this AI, right? Just like how we all jumped into Facebook and all of these social medias, like, whoa, it's free, it's awesome, right? ChatGPT is somewhat free. You can buy the paid version, but we are giving all of our information, all of our stuff to this machine learning, right? So it can get smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. And you're not getting anything for it, right? It's we make jokes where what it's called closed AI or whatever it is, right? Because it's not very open, not open source. That's another big problem with this bias, is that it needs to be much more transparent, right? I get that there's intellectual property and there's technology behind all this, but this is a very, very, very powerful technology. It's like one of the most powerful things that's ever been built, right? I would say, other than nuclear warheads or something like that. But well, it is. I mean, this is crazy, right? So, lack of detailed guidance or frameworks. We know how we're waiting for regulations for crypto. You heard any regulations for this thing?
Right.
No, there's none, everybody. There's none. So that's another problem, right? So this is kind of stuff that we need to start being involved with, especially with our politicians and all things like that, right? We need to make our voices heard and be educated with what's going on. This is not couch sitting time. You need to know what's going on. The evolution of AI assistants navigate. Now, just look at the history.
Before you jumped into that one, I just want to give you my real world example.
Yeah.
As people might know, I mentioned that I'm in real estate, but this one, which I started using Angel AI, and this besides this stuff is my information here, but you get a true approval, and I'll just skip down to just go into what we're talking about is fair lending now. And this is all based on, they call it blocking out neighborhoods and everything like this, where lenders don't want to lend, or they treat different people who are applying differently on their applications and everything like this. With AI, they're guaranteeing that this doesn't happen. It just straight up does by the numbers. So when you get started and you apply for a loan, it's not going to be biased on who that person is, or if the lender is looking at these people going, oh, I don't think, whatever their gut reaction is, all the reason why they might have a bias, it's not there anymore. It just takes the neighborhood, and it does an AI scan of what things are trading for in that neighborhood. It takes their financial documents that they submit directly to the AI. It does the computations and then comes back with 100% guaranteed approval. So they'll say you're approved for X amount, on a house in this neighborhood. So you find out exactly what it is, and there's no middleman anymore, and the company stands behind it, and they'll close on those loans. So they say to me, yes, X buyer is approved to buy a $500,000 house, and I can go and make that offer. And if that buyer backs out, The bank will
Mhm.
buy the house.
Oh,
So
all right.
they're standing by what the house is worth, and they're standing by what they've approved these people for, and they should be comfortable in the way they're going to be able to do it. And it's just an amazing program because although real estate's a little tight and there's very low inventory, it's very competitive. This is a great thing to have in my arsenal to do that. But it's definitely AI powered and all automatic, which is great. And you can do it on your own time. People are uploading documents in the middle of the night and all that kind of stuff, which is great. And you don't have to have that face-to-face interaction where things get fudged.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
it's a great system that's available now.
There you go.
I just want to show that out because we were talking about fair and unbiased, and that was definitely one example that was working in real life.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Let me get down. We had some comments. I think inspiration. Bots outperforming it's hard to
Yeah.
happen now, right? It is happening, but yeah, not very often, and it's too much psychology. But who knows? Anything can happen. Yep. And that's what I'm saying. I'm sure they'll start being able to integrate all kinds of things: charts, patterns, TA, psychology of people. It just needs more information. We're still in the toddler stage of this. At least the ones that have been released to the the us little degens.
Right.
I'm sure there's some high end AI stuff that's being used by the Pentagon or whatever. But yes, Oswaldo, thank you for keeping us informed. Thank you, brother. Thanks for watching. But yeah, everybody, like I said, thanks for you need to learn what's going on, right? This thing is moving so fast. It's kind of it is our responsibility to kind of get ahead of it, right? Because you're only going to profit and benefit from all of these amazing kind of tools and all of this information, so you can make better decisions on whatever, either the crypto trading, stock trading, whatever you're doing in business, right? Look at Tim using it for real estate. There's all kinds of ways that you can use this IRL. FOMO, I laugh, when I show him things to do to help with his business, right? There's so many tools. Like I'll go back to this, right? This is cool. Just using this thing, right? This is all AI, everybody. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is it helped me create kind of a show today, and that's what I mean with some of this. So you can click on, let's just say, whatever. How are AIs transforming industries? So I got topics, right? I just clicked on this one. And now let's, got topics. Now I can ask questions, right? It's giving you everything that you would need about what you need to learn or understand. And then if that's not enough, I can go get articles, and it's just pulling in things, right? It's incredible the things that are out there for you, everybody. And this is what we're saying. That's why I'm going to start using some of this stuff more, integrating it in our shows. And like I said, hopefully y'all can start being maybe a little more comfortable, and you start doing your own things like that, because it's cool. And plus visually, you kind of be able to keep track of what we're kind of going through. But I'll end on that one. But I'll just quickly go through this. But AI assistants, this has been going on for a while, but these were just chat bots, right? But 1966, right? This thing called Eliza, right?
Mhm.
Perry, 1972. Unlike Eliza, this AI was simulating a person who has paranoid schizophrenia. Perry. So, hey, the AIs had a little schizophrenia back in the day. It's all good. But again, you wouldn't think this stuff was going on, right? You wouldn't think that, right? Crazy. Yeah, it's just like crazy stuff, Apex. Improved digital assistant. This is what we all know now and today, right? Siri, Google Now, Cortana, right? There's all kinds of voice assistants. All of these stuff just in the past, 2010 and on, this stuff all just started spinning up. I remember everybody's talking Alexa and all this, stuff like this in your home and all that. But wild. Alexa, Google Assistant, and then on and on and on. It's gonna get wild, everybody. And then wrapping it up, this is what a multi-agent system is, right? It's I don't know. Can you see it's big enough? Yeah.
Yep.
MAS multi-agent system is composed of multiple interacting intelligent agents. Is what I started off with, right? Autonomous entities that can sense, learn models of their environment, make decisions, and act upon them. Agents in an MAS can be software programs, robots, drones, sensors, humans, or a combination. All of that can be in a multi-agent system in artificial intelligence, right? You can see where we were talking about with the cars, right, and transportation, all of this kind of stuff, even in the education system. Again, crazy. Key capabilities and benefits, of course, flexibility and scalability, reliability. Hopefully, I would really hope there would be some reliability and friendliness to humans, self-organization and coordination, real-time operations. So immediately, responding to disaster type situations, right? Look at even traffic optimization. That would be cool, right?
Yeah.
I know we have those lights and the sensors on the lights. You ever do that when you flash your headlights and you're like, it'll change? You remember that? You never did it?
No.
Okay, well, there's a sensor on the light, and it would sense cops, lights. You.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, you could tap your high beams. It's not like that now. Back in the day, maybe, 8 to 10 years ago, you could flash them, and it would change the light, right? So I'm just saying that's very basic, but imagine where the thing with all the cameras around now, right? It sees, we just saw that AI could recognize what's going on at the king's house in the palace, right? At the ducks swimming. It's looking at traffic and it's saying, well, you know what? North and southbounds don't really need to be open this long, right?
Well,
so
Ray, I think I told you about the solar freaking roadways. Remember that one?
No, what? Solar?
You don't remember that?
No.
Oh, you got to look it up on YouTube. Solar freaking roadways. They're basically solar pads that would cover the asphalt of every roadway. There's enough roadway across the country to generate the power. This is the idea behind it all, but it also it's got the sensors in the roadway. So it's powered by the sun, and because there's no trees covering most of the roadways out there, these things would be able to melt snow, so it would always be a dry roadway, and then it would be able to change traffic signals, or like if there was a moose crossing the road, it would warn you ahead of time with LEDs and stuff in the road. It's a wild video, and it's amazing that hasn't gone any farther than it has. But solar freaking roadways, if you look it up, it's a hilarious commercial for it. And as far back as it was made, you think that was corny and crazy. Now it's like, where are these? Because these should be happening right now in my parking lot and all this kind of stuff. The great thing was the lineup of cars in a parking lot, if two of the handicap parking spots got taken, it would create a new handicap parking spot. So it was just an amazing, powerful, and it was like it could be smart AI type roadway. And it's just you're like, why wouldn't this exist? And now I'm thinking, come on, where is it?
Right. Well,
but yeah, look that up, because it's everything you were just talking about.
That's hilarious. Yeah. There you go. People are already aware how the government works, and 1 year from now it is inspiration point. It's going to be pretty obvious. I think everybody got a pretty obvious look just in the past few years, right? I think it is crazy stuff. It is, Apex. We're living in crazy times, brother, and I love it. I'm not from the USA. I'm wondering, you are Americans. What do you think about Biden's inspiration point? We are Americans, yes, sir. And it is what it is. Everybody's got their political views, and it's we'll see. Inspiration point. I think a change is coming, my man. I'm not sure. I won't say like that, but yes, we'll see. Right? Just in general, it's kind of look baked in the cake, I guess. But yeah, it's not looking so well right now. Inspiration point. So we'll see. But like with crypto, this decentralization, I think that's going to push a lot of things, right? The way the whole world needs to get back on track, right? It's been like, and I can get a little political. It's been a little tyrannical, right? You can say it or not. It has been. Again, I know there's extenuating circumstances that happen. Things like you hear the pandemic, all these things. But you got a little taste of it, everybody. And that's why decentralization is so very important, right? It doesn't matter. We all know the sayings, right? When you have, ultimate power, it corrupts, right? All this power into one, centralized place is not a good thing. That's not a hard thing to say. So it is our job to kind of push this narrative and this technology to accomplish what it was built for, right? And that is to decentralize this world and, to get people who have no access to finances. At least that's what I know our ecosystem is about, right?
Mhm.
People that never had access to finances, right, are finally going to be able to take part of a system, right? That's going to give them, whatever they need to be into, right? You see how, you can't trade, they can't get into stocks, they can't get into Apple or things like that. But it's much more than that, right? They're going to be able to actually have a bank account. They're going to be able to use their phone for this stuff. They don't have to go traveling around with cash and put it in some kiosk. But that's like literally the whole. Oh, there it goes. Some fireworking from south. So here he goes. Elon Musk once said in 2017, in a few years, robots will move so fast you'll need a strobe light to see them. Oh, that is pretty cool. He did say that, didn't he? That would be awesome. That's crazy, right? Hey, and I'm going to tell you this inspiration point. You're going to need a strobe light to see the connectivity because it's going to be moving so fast on this map, right?
Oh yeah.
We are looking at something that's amazing, right?
There comes some more.
All of these dots, all of this, on this map, these are all people in this network, in this group, been working for a long time, right? And, just very appreciative. This is amazing. And this is, like I said, this is IRL. In real life, you're seeing this real time to what's happening as this ecosystem continues to grow and get bigger. And, it's amazing. What is that? Before we close, Roaring Kitty Post. Okay. You close the show. Okay. Where is it? Is it his post, Apex? I'll look for it.
You go get it.
Okay.
I'll also mention that Scott McHenry's here, and he said, "What a great show tonight." Thank you, Scott.
Right on, Scott. Thank you, brother.
And Apex, he low-key telling a story through all of his videos that he's animated and posted. It's wild. And then Robin Summers, thank you guys. Definitely amazing. Yes. Thank you for showing up.
Kitty. Is it? Does he have a check mark?
He probably does. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to go back and find it. It'd be good if you put it up here. Let me. Okay, I got it. There we go. Yeah, I'll just go back to what you guys are doing.
I just posted what I put your screen up, Ray.
All right. So the pinned one? No, down here.
So he's making these videos an hour ago. Yeah. For every action, there's a reaction.
Let's go out with the bang. Something's about to happen, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's go out with a bang. Wow.
Oh, he's got the fireworks showing.
That ain't no joke, man. That's cool.
Coffee is for closers.
I have your attention. Here, well, let me listen to this one here, I guess, right?
I'm just trying to sell you to them, Tom. But the main thing is, you bunch of fuckers, despite the provocation from the cavalry, no fighting. No fighting. No fucking fight.
That's from Peaky Blinders. Yeah, they drop the F-bombs every other sentence.
Yeah, I didn't know the show.
That is Doc Holliday.
This?
No, that one is who's Johnny Depp? Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
That's Doc Holliday.
So it just kind of like there's a big ending, big things happening.
He's just posting up clips of all the movies. There's Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
What are you still doing here? That's the end. What
You
are you
need
still
William
doing here?
Wallace, man.
Go
William
home.
Wallace. That's the greatest ever.
He says, "You're still here?
Yeah.
This is over. Go home."
And that's let me
Breaking
look.
Bad.
Okay.
Better Call Saul. Either one. And that's somebody's cat. I don't know.
And that's somebody's cat. What do you say? That one, hold on. Must go back and watch them in order from when he started post again. Oh yeah, well, he's got a whole bunch. It looks like Apex.
Yeah, there's a half a dozen there.
Hey, appreciate it. Inspiration point. Thanks, brother. Thank you. And that one doesn't curse. Hey, it's a lot of couple things. Number one, I don't curse, and number two, the YouTube gets banned, man. Just saying. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm all for it, man. This guy is he coming back on fire, my man. Whatever.
Yeah, he's been saving up the energy right there.
He's been thinking on this one, right? But it's crazy, right? That's awesome. Because again, that's even. I remember we used to get on Zooms and we were talking about this, man. It was an amazing time. That's wild how it's all coming back, right? We shall see. And we're just talking about, this is the bull run, man, where the happening has happened. We're off starting to getting close to summer. And yeah, it looks like that we might start a little early. Kind of crazy. Good times, man. Good times.
Let's go.
Let's go. Right. So without any further ado, make sure, right? Mobbin is the alpha, right? We're going to do the great migration. It is an awesome time. We get over there, right? And we get over there and we start mobbing other spaces. And we learn more. We learn more about what other projects are doing. We give them energy, right? We throw some comments, throw some love, and we spam the emojis, and it triggers the algorithm. It's crazy to see, like I said, and participate in it, because you literally get to see probably another 25% more people come in just from us coming in, right? Just from mobbing, they get 25% more people, and then we leave, and their whole space just grew by our action, right? That's what this is what needs. You're talking about this roaring kitty stuff. It's time that we all start uniting, right? This is it, really. It's
Apex posted, I think it was Apex or Austin M2, about the power of the emojis. When we're flashing up the emojis and everything like that, they have a lot of meaning and a lot of power to the algorithm. When they see people come into the space and they're all, engaged, right, and throwing that stuff up there, that means a lot to what's going on. So it's very important to jump in there and be active.
And be active, absolutely.
That pulls in, extra people for sure.
Yeah, it is. I have to, okay, watch it in order. I'll get it. I'll get the whole message. And then printing. That's what I'm talking about. Inspiration. He's printing money with Pepe. There you go, brother. In real-time experience is insane. Yes. It's awesome. And thank you, boys, again. Thank you, man. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will see you tomorrow. And, make sure you do the great migration. Go through the Opus AI app. If you haven't downloaded it, you should, right? It's like the greatest app in the world. And, you get in the alpha because it's in pre-alpha. And, we're just getting started. So enjoy the journey, right? And it is. Printer go burr. It's crazy. They're about to spin it up, right, everybody? I mean, it's going to happen. That's the only, little silver bullet they got left. And the bear is over. It's all bull from here. And, they've been having sideways accumulation just right now. So it's all good. So I'll see you over in X, and we will get to mobbing. And let me find something that will get out. We'll go out on the Opus AI app, right? Make sure you download it, right? And get on there. Start collecting stamps. Those are assets right there. You better start collecting.
Stamptricity. Make it happen.
Get you some loot in the portal, right? That's how you claim them, is with those stamps, right? You claim them with them stamps, you get to keep the loot. All right. And we will see you. I appreciate it, Tim. Thanks for joining me. And everybody, see you, and we'll see you tomorrow. And
see you later. See you tomorrow night.
All right. See y'all.